All right, it's going to take a second for this to res. So what he does is he takes a camera out with a panoramic lens on it, shoots these incredible images, and then renders them into this piece of software that will convert that panorama to the 6 interior faces of a cube. Make sense?
Okay.
Can you see it yet?
It's still resing?
It's going to take a bit before it reses. These images are huge. They are unlike other images in Second Life that are very small. These images are very, very big.
It's like we're about half there now.
But as it reses, you'll start to see it become like you're inside this image. There?
Almost. It's taking a little while. One wall looks like it's about red. The other 3 are not. They're about halfway there.
Yeah, again, these images are enormous. And the idea here is, imagine, if you will, wanting to show somebody the inside of a church. And again, I've got those. I can show that to you. That will actually put you inside the church, where you've all seen QuickTime panoramas, I think, where you click and move your hand and navigate around a 3-dimensional world, picture on the screen. This is so much more immersive that you can actually walk around and get a sense for what it's like. To give you an idea of how big this is, the cube you are standing in is 40 meters by 40 meters. And as you get close to a wall, which I suggest you do, you will lose the 3D illusion. You'll lose the 3D effect.
You start to see the corner.
Yep, now if you turn around and look at where I am, you can see just how far away I am from you. This is a huge, it's flying up in space above our island. When you build it, when you get your island in Second Life, you're not only able to build on the ground, you're able to build up to 768 meters in the air. And so right now, if you look at the top of your Second Life window, you'll see you're at 691 meters. So 55 is the X coordinate, 194 is the Y, and 691 is the Z, how high you are in space. So we're way up there. If I change this image, let me put up a church. Hang on a second. This is one that's really...
It's amazing that you were able to tile all these images together.
No, I wasn't. The guy in, let's see, I should probably take you to the other thing. Take you to one more place, because there's much more.
And that's Vassar in the background there?
No, this is not us. His picture's from somewhere in Paris.
Oh, Paris. Okay.
Yeah, no. We haven't created the image. We're showing this proof of concept. Let me bring you to this yet. This will take a little bit longer to res. This is an 80 meter by 80 meter room. Resing?
Slowly.
Slowly.
Yeah, no, this is the one problem he's having in Second Life, that these images, Second Life is designed for images that are no more than 512 by 512 pixels. These blow those out of the water. These images are just tremendous. But I think when this one reses, you look in the direction you're looking, you'll see it's stunning. It almost makes you want to walk into the picture. So what questions while it's resing? What else can I answer for you?
So where is this you've taken Kit just now?
So this is what's called an orange VRR room. It's an 80 by 80, but it's an 80 meter cube suspended above the castle. So again, we're at 671 meters in the sky. The castle is below us at ground level. Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly. Where is the actual place that has a photo?
Oh, you know, I have absolutely no idea. These are his images from the guy in Paris.
Looks very European.
It is.
It's somewhere in Paris?
It's a church somewhere in Europe.
Oh, okay.
But can you imagine if you could take, and we actually now own one of the cameras that can do this. It's a pretty expensive lens, but imagine if you're an architectural, you teach architecture of some way, shape, or form. You could go take a camera, take a picture. By the way, if you look up, the ceiling's fully rendered too. You can go ahead and take a camera, take a picture, and bring your students into what I think is a much more immersive way of looking at this than simply seeing a 3D panorama on the screen. amazing, huh?
That is amazing.
Very.
That's much better than a picture of both.
Yeah. So again, proof of concept. No, none of our faculty are using this. Proof of concept. And if you wanted to change the picture, kid, if you go look over those panels to your right, and alt zoom in on any of them, you can click on any one picture and it'll actually re-render them. The church panel on the left tends to have the best images, I think, that really show this off.
The far left.
Yeah. Now it's going to take a minute while it loads all the images. And you can see where the corners are before it reses, right? I mean, you can see
Yeah.
out of focus images, and then it'll slowly start to come in.
Yeah.
It's amazing. The Cubic Panorama software is free. Of course, you've got to have the 3D Panorama to actually use the Cubic Panorama software. I just find this utterly amazing. Oh, I'm sorry, you won't be able to fly up here, I don't think.
Are we up too high?
Yeah, you're up too high. You need something called a flight enhancer to be able to fly at this height. Avatars can only fly to 190 meters. You can actually technically build to infinity, but their servers can only really faithfully reproduce objects that go as high as 768 meters in the sky. And in case you're curious, an island is 256 by 256 meters. The water is about 21 meters, so if you lower the ground below 21 meters, all of a sudden you have water. And the clouds are at 190 meters. So when we've had our first island and we wanted to start playing, like when Steve was building the Sistine Chapel, we didn't want to ruin the aesthetic of the island. We created a platform 300 meters in the sky, which is where Steve built the Sistine, and then he moved it down onto the island. So we worked at a view of people who every day would come to the island.